Lesson 13. Open, complex, multisyllable. A horse of a different color. Imagine a creature with the head of a stallion, the tail of a monkey, and the ability to change color in a blink. Such a creature is not the stuff of legends and myths, but a real aquatic animal found in coastal ocean waters. It is the seahorse, a genetic marvel with a number of distinct characteristics that make it quite an unusual fish. A swimming horse lizard? The most notable feature of the seahorse is its head, which is how this sea creature got both its popular and scientific names. Marine biologists refer to the seahorse as hippocampus, which is Greek for bent horse. At the top of the head is a structure called a coronet, which resembles points on a crown and runs down the seahorse's arched back like a mane. Like its namesake, the horse, a seahorse has a long face. Its snout is a tubular mouth that it uses like a straw to suck up tiny crustaceans and fish larvae. A seahorse will eat up to 50 times a day and consume up to 3,000 crustaceans. Its huge appetite is due to its weak digestive system. It's fair to say that, to get the nutrients it needs, this creature must eat like a horse. In a few ways, a seahorse is more like a chameleon than a horse. Seahorses have large eyes that can move independently. Seahorses can also camouflage themselves by changing color to blend into their surroundings. These two features make seahorses terrific hunters, as they can easily spot prey, but their prey can't spot them until it is too late. All 45 species of seahorses live along tropical or temperate coastlines in the West Atlantic and Indo-Pacific sea regions. They are equally at home in beds of seagrass, among the roots of mangrove forests, or within the crevices of coral reefs. They are also highly adaptable and can tolerate environments, such as estuaries where fresh water meets salt water. Seahorses sometimes venture into deeper ocean water, but they usually prefer shallow seas. The tail of the tail. Seahorses come in various sizes, ranging from nearly a foot in length to less than an inch and weighing anywhere from 7 ounces to a full pound. Unlike other fish, seahorses do not have scales. Instead, their curved bodies are covered in bony ridges and rings, which act as a sort of armor, protecting them from predators. Seahorses need that armor because they can't make a quick escape from attackers. Even though they are fish, seahorses are notorious for being bad swimmers. To move forward or backward, they flutter a dorsal fin on their backs up to 70 times per hour. On each side of the head, where you would expect to see ears, are tiny pectoral fins that help the seahorse control the direction in which it moves. It is actually their tails, not their fins, that help seahorses move. Seahorses, like monkeys, can wrap their flexible tails around vegetation for support or to anchor themselves in place. Their tails also make them for excellent hitchhikers. By attaching themselves to floating mats of seaweed, they can travel longer distances than they could on their own. Seahorse mates also use their tails to tether themselves to each other so that they don't get separated. Mr. Mom. Perhaps the oddest trait of seahorses is their role in giving birth. Unlike other species that give birth to their young, it is the male, not the female, that carries the offspring during pregnancy. Fertilized seahorse eggs stay in the male's brooding pouch until they hatch and the young are ready to swim on their own. A seahorse pair can produce as many as 1,000 tiny offspring, called fry, at a time. Why so many? Less than 1% of offspring will live to adulthood, so it's vital for them to reproduce in large groups to ensure survival. Even those who do not reach adulthood are at risk. The greatest threat to seahorse survival is people. Seahorses' charming appearance make them attractive additions to aquariums or desired dried trinkets and souvenirs. However, not all seahorse captures are the result of targeted fishing. Many seahorses are caught in commercial fishing nets that drag along ocean floors. Those that escape have their habitats destroyed. Global efforts are underway to change fishing practices to preserve seahorse habitats and maintain the biodiversity of coastal waters.